Hey guys, in this video it's Mother's Day. My mom and I are heading to Diamond Valley Lake, which is in Hemet, California. A semi-major reason I've created this channel is to document older buildings, historic places, etc. before they're forgotten. There's a section coming up here that's a housing development that originally had these old buildings on the right, where the video is in the lower right portion of the screen. There were somewhere around 6 or 7 buildings here. I wish I recorded before they tore them down. Coming up on the right here, they have these super old covers. And they used to have these cattle chutes to load up cattle on these cattle trucks. At least I'm guessing they were for cattle trucks. As far as I know, these covers and the former chutes that used to be here have never been used. So I'm assuming they were being used before my time. And I'm actually going to be 40 this year, so that should tell you how long that's been there. And so, with things like that, I'm hoping to basically gather historical things like these before they tear them down forever. I do have to apologize. I didn't quite sync up the two videos here quite right. I sped up the main video, but didn't speed up the video on the lower right portion. So it's not quite matching. So if you're wondering why they don't match, that's why. So we're about to turn onto Dominigoni Parkway. I had to practice saying Dominigoni a ton of times. This road was named after a family that moved here from Switzerland. From what I understood too, there is some sort of Italian heritage connection, but I couldn't quite find the connection in my research. They moved to the area in the 1870s. If my math is right, at one point the family owned about 3,100 acres. I say that because there was an article stating that the family sued the Metropolitan Water District for depreciation when they bought 510 acres to build Diamond Valley Lake. The remaining 2,600 acres ended up being depreciated in the process when the 510 acres was bought. The family ended up winning just over $43 million in the lawsuit. I'll add the article that I have about it in the description below if you guys just want extra clarity, just in case maybe I misunderstood or misread something. The land that they owned was used for cattle grazing. And farming was done in the Winchester and Hemet area, which is where Diamond Valley Lake is. So I'm assuming that because there was a lot of farming done in the area, that the family also did farming as well. You'll see in a minute or so, it's amazing how quickly the clouds break up and it just gets, pretty clear in the process. It happens in the next minute or two. Valley of the Master. We're now turning onto Searle Parkway, and I forgot to add this in my notes, but there was two brothers, the Searle brothers, who, from what I can remember, they started up a garbage business, and I guess they got pretty successful in collecting garbage. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here at a lake in the local area in Winchester, California. It's Diamond Valley Lake. It's part of the Metropolitan Water District. I'll put a little note at the bottom of the screen here of what water district it belongs to. I'm pretty sure it's called the Metropolitan Water District. But it's Mother's Day, and I'm pretty sure you're saying, where's your mother? She's here. She went ahead and turned around. And I just went a tad bit further just to do a bit of exploring. And one of the good things about doing the exploring is it gives me a chance to do a bit of a recon for her. Considering, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but considering she's getting older, it's harder to stay in shape. Makes sense. And it can be tricky walking if certain spots get pretty rocky on top of that. So I am proud of her. She did make it a bit further. You'll be seeing some of that video in a minute when I'm done with this portion. But we actually came up last year, and that's kind of how I remember she made it a bit further than last time. We're gonna stop by, what's the name of it? The Western Science Museum. And when they dug out the lake, because it is man-made, when they dug it out, they ended up finding a whole bunch of like what do you call them, fossils. And so they were just the archaeologists were staying just ahead of the bulldozing when it came to excavating all the fossils. And this lake is actually, maybe not from knowledge per se, but from observation, above ground level, because they actually built the dams into the mountains around here. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a dam. Where is it? It's like right here, I think, right about here. It's hard for me to see in the camera, but it's right about here. They built one of the dams, and they have a few of them. And I think as they were digging, they were taking that and using those for the dam. And the water they get from the Colorado River. I'll see if I get some of the pipes when we get to the viewpoint on the other side, but we're doing the science center first. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. I'm getting close to the entrance, getting close to some people, and I don't want to be rude to them. I'm trying to videotape them in the process, you know. So I'll cut it here for now. Pick up in a second. Mom's way up there. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Scenery of the lake.
Yeah.
Scenery of the wildflowers. Scenery of the porta potties. She doesn't think I'm funny. That sign says one way.
So I'm wondering if it's something that goes up and goes around.
Just as a side note that I forgot to add, I do love the color and formation of these rocks. This must be erosion control. It definitely doesn't match this or most of the hill. I don't know how well you see it in the video, but that should be Big Bear Mountain right here. And it's still got snow. It's May right now. It's Mother's Day. My mom went ahead and turned back, which is probably a better choice for her. I'm only making it to this point, which wasn't too much further from where she turned around. But I'm glad I walked a tad bit further, so I'm going to try and get some pictures of that, see how well they turn out. Just kidding. I can't jump. And even if I did jump, I wouldn't make it to the water. I'm gonna go into the store. Do you want to go look?
I think all they have is drinks and food.
Well, they do have some like postcards and stuff. And I was gonna see if they had any shot glasses too.
Oh, I'm not worried about shot glasses.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go in and look anyway, so I'll see about picking up at least picking up some postcards.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put my bag down.
Yeah, it was good. I like it. And 5
So we're walking up to the Western Science Center. The cool thing is that as we're walking up, you'll see in a second that they have different arrows located in order just above your head. My only disagreement is that they list them as millions of years old. I come from more of a biblical standpoint that the earth is only about 6,000 to 12,000 years old. But, you know, just because I come from that standpoint doesn't mean I can't think that's pretty cool that they list all these errors in order. It's just kind of cool thinking about, you know, stuff like that. You'll see here in the first portion of the museum that they do have, well, pretty much all museums, but especially here in the first part, that they do have history of the local and the state area, along with human and natural history. I'm going to zoom in on this photo that they have in that doll. Kind of along with that kid's hair. It's kind of creepy. I don't get creeped out by much, but it is kind of creepy. There is an animal I would like to have as a pet, the bear dog. That just sounds awesome. Here on the left, they have a video room where they do play a couple videos. But for the moment, let's take a look at these mastodon fossils.
We didn't have the luxury of time.
So the videos basically talk about the fossils in the area, plus the process of how quickly they had to move them, and the logistics of making the lake. Plus right here you can see a 3D animation of the videos that they have of animals basically living in the area. The videos are a lot longer. I want to say they were like 5 or 10 minutes each. So that gives you an idea of about how long we'd have to sit watching the videos. And here on the left, we are passing the Winchester swap meet. We were planning to go to the swap meet after the Viewpoint, but decided to skip it. It was getting later in the day. So now that we're past the swap meet, we're on the way up to the viewpoint. Until they fix it, don't follow Google Maps. I went into Google Maps myself to go fix it. I'm waiting for them to approve the fix that I did. And right here you can see a gate coming up. Just be ready to have your driver's license out for that. I'm not sure the logistics of why they need your driver's license, but they do need it. And all they really do is just take your name down and kind of let you proceed from there.
Good, how are you?
Yes. We've been here, so I had my driver's license ready.
That's fine, thank you. Oh, you guys are all good.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
Thank you.
So getting back to Google Maps, you want to take Newport Road. The Newport Road's the road that passes the swap meet and then takes you up this way to the Clayton A. Record Jr. viewpoint. It wants you to take the next intersection over. So don't take that intersection, take Newport Road. So this is the Clayton A. Record Jr. viewpoint. It's on the opposite side of the marina that we were at earlier. You could get a pretty good view of where they fill the lake at. That's something that they actually covered in the video at the Western Science Center. Here's basically the Santa Ana River watershed. You'll see in a second as I zoom into a couple places that when I finally zoom into where Diamond Valley Lake is on the map, you'll see we are actually just outside that watershed. They do have several signs along the way to read up as you go. And they do have a semi-shaded spot about halfway up that you can sit down and take in the view. And why does a snake have an arrow for a tongue? Once you do get to the top, you will have a 360 view. And I ended up rushing this part because, well, let's just say nature went from calling to nature went to yelling. So I had to kind of hurry up and get down to take care of business, I guess you could say. In closing, I'll provide links down below in the description for the Marina and the Western Science Center. And I'll provide any other information necessary down in the description as well. Thanks guys for watching.